because it is a very, very long race. So it is another little tip and trick. And again, don't be panicked. The marathon is about a second wind, third wind, fourth wind, probably a fifth wind. So don't be afraid to slow down, take on nutrients, take on the extra drink, and slow yourself right down to take on the extra nutrition if it's needed, because in 10, 15, 20 minutes time, that will pick you up at some point.
Yeah. And exactly, Eric. And sorry, and just as you were speaking about the nutrition there, I didn't fully answer your question there before when you asked Sean as well, is in terms of when should you take things on, right? When should you take gels on or that, is it every marker? So by now you'll want to be kind of comfortable with your plan, week off, right? But what the biggest thing with fueling in the marathon is you're trying to keep yourself fueled, not allowing it to drop, right? So I would be taking I just give an example. The elites are running for 2 hours to 2 hours and 10 minutes, the men, right? They roughly take on fuels every 5K. So the elites will have a stand every 5K on the race to take on fuels, okay? But if you break 5K down for them, you're actually talking 15 minutes, right? Roughly, right? So that now also,
disgusting.
Yeah. So if you just take that down right there, they're taking on every 15 minutes. And roughly speaking, an elite marathoner is taking on 80 to 100 grams. But we also know that if you're out there for 2 hours, you can take closer to, they don't advise you taking 100 grams if you're running for 4 hours, And also, even though everyone is giving their best, the actual intensity the elites are racing at is why they have to sort of be able to keep stored up that amount, right? But either way, they are taking it every 5K. So I think and they're labeled 5K because they're hanging on 5K because part of the rules of the elite running is you have to grab it at the same point that everyone else in the elites grabs it at. For everyone else in the race, they're free to choose when they take their gels if they have them on them themselves, right? So maybe what might be best is to break it down kind of in terms of time, as opposed to distance. So maybe it could be you're taking the gel on every 25 minutes, and just do it that way, just 25, so 25, 50, and have that there so that you have the strategy no matter what, and you're not trying to think about it on the course when you take it. You don't want to be planning it out there, and definitely a good one to take is when you're on the starting line, just pop a gel there. I think that means you're starting off fueled up. I would always yes, I might have my carb mix tomorrow now, but I'll just pop a gel on the start line. And then that means then I take my first one then at 5K, or it'll be 25 minutes. So the whole idea is that you cannot increase your energy levels back up during the race, but you've got to minimize the damage of it from the start.
That's a great way to look at it. You're starting at 100%, and that will drop, and it's trying to control how much that drops.
Slow it down. Put it on slow-mo,
It's not like an exam where I'm right, I got to get up to 40% to pass this one. You're just starting at 100 and working from there. That's a great way of looking at it. Is there a point during the race where a lot of people will go towards marathon training and they'll have all the heart rate and stuff, and then everything is judged by their heart rate? Is there a point where in this race where you think now is the time to try and push on what you have and go toward, keep yourself calm to that point? Or is it just, you just have to stay steady because you never know what's around the corner in terms of how you feel and your ups and downs in a race like this?
Yeah, so I suppose the truth in that one, it could be either or. I suppose, for an example, right? If you have a heart rate goal, the only thing I can say on that too is what about if you got a mad humid day, a really humid day and a really hot day? It will drive the heart rate up, and then maybe it starts freaking you out a little bit, So what I would also say to people is just on the day, just be actually aware of what weather is there, right?